I want to play some metal with my Gibson SG Standard 61 with Maestro Vibrola. Don't forget to check the chapter markers down below because we're going to be using 3 different amps in 3 different tunings. Before you ask, I'm using 10 to 46 gauge strings. Signal chain is always listed in the description down below. But enough talking, let's get after it. So now that we've heard the 3 sound samples, it's about 5 minutes of metaling, I guess you would say. So it gives you about 5 minutes of, seeing this guitar in action in a metal type setting, I guess you would say. I do want to answer some questions that I know I'm going to get about this guitar. So if you're curious about maybe purchasing this guitar, hopefully this will help you out. Obviously there's a bit of a walrus tooth going on here, a tusk or whatever you want to call it. It is not meant for what I kind of used it as. So honestly, if you're going to be using dive bombs, yeah, this is going to be going out of tune a lot. If you're going to be just doing a little bit of wiggling, it'll stay in tune. But the moment that you start doing a whole bunch of big bends and stuff, it's just going to go out of tune. That's not what it's designed to do. It's just for the shimmer and wiggle. And as far as getting this into drop B, I did not have any problems. And yes, the tuning stability was fine. I always tug on my strings and tune up to pitch, never down to pitch. What happens when you tune down to pitch? I say this every time, and I know it's annoying, but when you tune your things down to pitch, what ends up happening is the moment you start bending, it'll start to slowly, or like crazy, start to get flat. So you're gonna go out of tune right away. But if you're tuning up to pitch and then pulling on the string so it kind of reseats it in the nut and pulls tension around the pull, then you're fine. It actually ended up doing an adjustment here on the guitar. I didn't raise the bridge or anything like that. It's at a really good height. However, it sat in my basement, which is seasonally starting to get a tiny bit cold before I start turning on the heat on. I'm cheap, so I wait. So there's a tiny bit of movement in the neck, which is to be expected if you go from, regular temperatures to colder temperatures. So I did not even a quarter turn on the truss rod, and that really adjusted things there. And it actually gave it a little bit more relief. So it's actually not as plucky as when I did the comparison between this and the regular 61 standard. And the other question that I know that some people are going to have, does this actually inhibit your playing? And the answer there is no. It does not feel like a Floyd Rose or anything like that, but it gives it a little bit more weight to the guitar. So it feels to me like it's a little more balanced, a little more stable, a little less neck dive, I guess you would say. But it's not like getting in the way when I'm playing leads or if I'm chugging or anything like that. I actually am starting to prefer this SG over my other ones, and I really wish there was a little more weight to the other ones. So I'm really interested in the sideways Vibrola, although I heard that is even worse for tuning stability. So, maybe don't ever use the arm on that one. I'm not sure. But hopefully that answers the, generic questions, I guess you would say. I have other videos on this guitar. I do plan on doing a whole bunch of other videos on this guitar here. And, yeah, if you have any questions or anything like that, you shoot it in the comments or send us a message. We'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching.